Namaste, I am Soumya and welcome to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm the author of Because Life is a Blessing, which is an ebook. It's a journey of a female from being a girl to a woman. She goes through heartbreaks, she goes through self-discovery, self-realization, understands her worthiness and all that good stuff. It's very simple, free form writing. It's a combination of journal entries, prose, and poetry. Now, today's video is a topic that I love a lot. It's about Pareto Principle. Pareto Principle is also known as the 80-20 rule. I've got the definition written down here. It says 20% of your activities will account for 80% of your results. There are lots of people out there who talks about the shortcomings of Pareto Principle. This video is not about it, so if you are more of a I don't like Pareto Principle kind of a person, then you can explore more about it in other videos. Here, I am a big believer in Pareto Principle, especially when it comes to day-to-day tasks, day-to-day activities, day-to-day interactions with my family and friends, building a good routines, those kind of things. So that's what I'm talking about. To start with, relationships. We talk a lot about relationships in this channel, so I thought it makes sense. So how can we use Pareto Principle in our relationships? You might have heard about the 5 love languages. It's a book written by Gary Chapman. Again, there are so many people who says there are more than 5 love languages, and I'm sure there are, but these ones make more sense. I'm still recording. These ones make more sense and it kind of feels more universal. So the 5 love languages are words of affirmation, physical touch, quality time, acts of service, and gift giving. Say that your love language is gift giving and your partner's love language is spending quality time together. Your partner had a rough day, so you want to cheer your partner up. In this moment, it makes sense to think, what is it one thing I can do now that will have the most impact in this situation for my partner? My partner wants to feel loved, supported, and nourished by me. So what is his or her love language? What do that person enjoy the most from me? It could be easy to go buy a gift and give it to that person, but if that person's love language is not receiving and giving gifts, they wouldn't feel loved. The best thing to do would be to actually do what that person loves. So it's like spending quality time together, maybe cooking together, maybe ordering food in and watching a show that you have always loved together, just cuddling together, just having like conversations over, herbal tea, ice cream, drinks, whatever you do. So always think about, so Pareto Principle is about, what is it one thing I can do now which will have the most impact? I have a personal example to give about this and how I goofed up. I married very, very young. I just turned 21 years old, and in like 10 days of being 21 I got married. So I didn't know about relationships, and this was my first ever relationship as well. So I didn't know about love languages and how loving and receiving love, giving love, all these things worked. I thought he would want to be loved the way I want to be loved. And then I had these concepts of, oh, this is how my mom took care of my dad, so that's how I should be doing it. So if my dad had a rough day, since my dad's love language is acts of service, he really enjoyed when my mom cooked his favorite meal. So I thought that's how it's gonna work for my husband. My husband had a rough day at work. He called me and he was talking about it in the afternoon. He was supposed to come home at around like 8 p.m, 9 p.m. So I thought the best thing would be to make his favorite biryani, which is an Indian food. Actually, it's Indian, Arabic, there are different versions of it. And I spent a lot of time in the kitchen, like close to 3.5, 4 hours making the biryani, because it's a huge process. I was sweating, I was tired. By the time I took a shower and came out, my husband was home, and I I was not in the mood, or I didn't have the amount of energy and enthusiasm to sit and listen to what happened to him, to hold him through it. Like, I was there, but I was so tired. And he was really upset about it, because he actually told me, we could have ordered in a biryani. Why did you have to go through all that? I just wanted you to be there for me. And I felt so bad. So it's not that I'm a bad person or he's a bad person. It's just our love languages are different, and our way of receiving love, giving love, interpreting things, it's all different. So we can use Pareto principle in understanding what's that one thing I can do for the other person in this situation which will have the most impact. Sometimes we women, we do everything. We do like 10,000 different things every day. Most of us have a to-do list that's like never ending. What's the whole point? We can make and simplify things by understanding that, okay, I have like these many things to do. However, what's that 2 things I should do today which will change things, which will have the most impact? I'm a homeschooling mom, so there are days when I know I cannot be filming, editing, making thumbnails, or even replying to the comments, because those days are reserved only for homeschooling, and I can't be focusing on 10 different things and multitasking. Because if I am fully focusing on my son, that will have the most impact that day. We'll get the most covered that day, and yeah, so on and so forth. Health. Okay, now I'm gonna club health, skin, beauty, all of this together, because if you have read enough about nutrition, you know that a lot of vegetables, zero sugar, zero processed food, and just the right amount of protein for your body weight, 8 hours of sleep, and a little bit of exercise 4 to 5 times a week. This, if done consistently and constantly, will have the compound effect, add and stack one on top of the other, and one day we'll wake up with body that's really healthy and very toned, skin that's glowing, and hair, nails, everything that's healthy, and we'll also feel wonderful, because we are doing things that are very simple, but over the course of time, those are the things that give us the most impact. But some of us go the other way, where we go to Sephora, we want to try this one and that one, and then we have this Korean skincare routine. I think first it was 10 steps and now it's 25 steps. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying that when things are too complicated, when every single thing we do have like 10-15 steps involved, we are just normal humans with minimum, like not minimum, with certain amount of energy given to us for every day. And especially if you're a woman, your energy levels fluctuate extremely depending on your periods, your ovulation, any other hormonal issues. So it's about doing things that has the most impact. If you want to have great skin, for me what has really worked is using glycolic acid and retinol on alternate nights, ensuring I have slathered on sunscreen every single day, every morning. I live in Dubai, so it's crazy hot. You have to have sunscreen on all the time. Despite putting sunscreen on, I still cover my face when we go out in the sun. And double cleansing. Even if you do not wear makeup, if you put sunscreen on, double cleansing is the way to go, because first you need to completely cleanse the skin of everything, then you do your skincare. Another thing that has made a huge difference for me is changing my pillowcase every 3 days, and obviously not using the same foundation brush again and again without washing. So these are small things, but over the course of time this adds up. The acne gets cleared, the cell turnover happens, 3 months down the lane, you realize, oh, I don't need to wear foundation today. Just a little bit of concealer under the eyes would do. And that didn't happen overnight. It was you choosing to do those couple of things that has the most impact over a long period of time. Same thing happens to relationships. I'm going back to relationships, I'm sorry, but you get married your partner today for half an hour, then you're like makeup and all that. The next day again, you're grumpy, he's grumpy. When you're having extremely low vibrational conversations and interactions with each other for a prolonged period of time, this causes a disconnect, which eventually makes you guys drift apart and fall apart, and the relationship is not strong anymore. Then you blame each other, then you go for counseling, then in some cases, God forbid, like other people come into your life and cheating and all those things happen. What we don't realize is everything we do has an impact. And over the course of time, if you're doing the same thing again and again, it adds up, the compound effect happens, and it's gonna either make us or break us. So for health, for skincare, for relationships, there are certain things that we can do over and over and over. Those things do not even require that much of effort from us, but just doing the 20% of the things will give us 80% of results. Now, if you are like a freelancer and you're taking every single project that you could because you want to make obviously money and progress in life, just taking a break and looking at how much money are you making from all these projects and which projects can you let go because it doesn't give you that much of monetary benefit, but letting go of that could probably give you 2 extra hours of sleep. If you could really look at things like that, your life will change. But we live in a culture which is about hustle, grind, go at it, push through it, which is all great. We need to have ambition, we need to have goals, but it's not about doing everything all together every single day, eventually having a burnout. It's not about doing things that you think you should be doing, especially if you're in a relationship. It's about what the other person wants from you at this point. Now, all of these things apply only in healthy relationships. These things apply only when you are almost a healthy person. But of course, if you have any underlying medical condition, mental conditions, then yeah, this is not gonna work. I think that's it. I should stop talking. Bye bye.